Yes, I'm raising the red alert as a vigorous storm system in the west will be swinging out into the middle of the country, setting up a multi-day event of severe weather to include the potential outbreak of tornadoes. The latest Day 2 outlook from the Storms Prediction Center for your Monday, April the 1st is showing the area there in orange of most concern, where you could see activity getting firing by the afternoon, including the cities of Oklahoma City, Tulsa, St. Louis, Springfield, and Evansville. And as we shift into your Day 3 outlook, it'll shift off toward the east, and the enhanced areas will include the cities of Cincinnati, Louisville, Lexington, Charleston, and Huntington as we go into the second. So focusing in on the tornado activity, the highest there in the yellow, that's going to include the cities of Springfield, Evansville, Joplin, Bellevue, and Oakville as we go throughout the day on Monday, showing a 10% chance of tornadoes, surrounded by the brown area there at the 5% chance. The 5% chance will be running into cities like Oklahoma City, Tulsa, St. Louis, Louisville, and Norman on your Monday. The higher risk will be for wind damage, significantly so. The areas there in the red, that's a 30% chance of seeing significant wind damage in your area. These includes the cities of Tulsa, St. Louis, Springfield, Evansville, and Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. And there's also a high hail risk with this next storm system. The areas there in red also running very high for Tulsa, Springfield, Norman, Broken Arrow, and Fayetteville, Arkansas. It's going to be a very busy next couple of days weather-wise, impacting millions of Americans. We're going to have a detailed look at the latest data coming your way next. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Weather Nerds YouTube channel. I'm your host, Greg Majeski, your personal weatherman, making a difference one subscriber at a time. And we're watching this area of low pressure off the California coast that's swirling along out there. That's what's going to be responsible for this outbreak of severe weather as we head into your Monday and Tuesday. And I am planning to do some live coverage of this severe weather event. So if you'd like to participate and be part of the program, all you got to do is subscribe. Please subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you're alerted on future content. Give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below, as I do appreciate the feedback. With that said, let's go ahead and take a look at the latest high-resolution data and see what you can expect. So the first thing we're going to focus in on here is on Monday morning, going in throughout the day, as we're focusing on the surface-based CAPE. CAPE is basically like your gasoline. It is the fuel to support thunderstorms, in particular supercell thunderstorms. And as you see that color resolution come up, the higher the CAPE, the more capability you are developing some very strong to severe thunderstorms. So watch as we go throughout the morning hours. You start to see it increasing with the daytime heating there, stretching from Indiana into southern Illinois, Missouri, and back over toward Oklahoma. Again, that is that area of concern with the enhanced risk throughout the day. You see it stretching back toward Texas as well as we go into the early evening hours. This is about 7 o'clock or so. So it looks like we'll have a round of maybe some individual supercell storms earlier in the day, then a little more complex storms as we head through later in the afternoon. Then, of course, as we lose that daytime heating, it starts to subside and things begin to settle down. So shifting over to the significant tornado parameter, which kind of takes into consideration available CAPE as well as helicity and wind shear, and kind of focuses at where the specific target zones could be for significant tornadoes. And as we go throughout the day on your Monday morning, we see a little bit of a risk there across portions of Missouri. And it threatens up as we head into the early afternoon hours, say around 2 or 3 o'clock. And that'll continue through the afternoon. And then it starts to fire further south as we head into, say, 6 o'clock or so, as we go into Arkansas, Oklahoma, and into parts of Texas. And it looks like this will probably linger into the evening hours as we head toward 10 o'clock in toward Arkansas on Monday night. And as we lose the daytime heating throughout the day, the tornado parameter threat will start to decrease, as the storm should lose a little bit of their punch as the CAPE values begin to plummet and drop as the atmosphere begins to cool off and settle down a little bit as we head toward Tuesday morning. So now that we've looked at a couple of the parameters out there, what we're going to be looking at currently is the latest expectation as far as what the reflectivity or what the radar will look like as we head throughout the day on your Monday. So What we're going to be focusing in on is a few areas there during the morning hours. You notice we've got a little bit of rain here across areas of the Midwest and up toward the areas near New Jersey and into Pennsylvania. It's got some rains and maybe some rumbles of thunder up near Iowa as well. But it's this area down here. This is the main concern. This is where that big area of low pressure will be moving off toward the north and east, and it'll be ejecting some energy out ahead of it. And with the daytime heating and with those parameters we saw, we're going to get some of some thunderstorms and severe weather. So let's go ahead and zoom in here just a little bit closer as we go throughout the day and watch the clock progress throughout the up top. So as we get to about 18Z, that's roughly about 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Notice that we are getting some thunderstorms, some individual strong to severe thunderstorms there across portions of Indiana, Illinois, over toward Missouri. And then we're going to watch as we progress throughout the afternoon, again, some of that energy being ejected out ahead of that low pressure system, and thunderstorms start to fire back off further to the west. So we're talking areas into the southeast portions of Kansas, going back into Oklahoma, and in toward Texas as we got that little spin of energy kind of ejecting just to the west there across Kansas, into Colorado, portions of New Mexico, and near the Texas Panhandle there. And the storms really get very active as we get to 8, 9 o'clock there, stretching from Missouri back toward the eastern portions of Oklahoma, and even stretching down into Texas where you could potentially see, obviously that's where the highest tornado parameters will be setting up as we head into the evening hours of those storms. And those very, very strong storms with torrential rains there across portions of Missouri and Illinois, and the rain and thunderstorm threat even is lingering all the way back into Colorado. But as we go through the overnight, those storms should begin to lose a little bit of their punch, but still could be severe going into portions of Indiana and back through Kentucky as we go through the overnight hours. But again, we are losing the daytime heating. They should begin to lose their punch a little bit as this moves off toward the east as we go in toward Tuesday morning. Now, the thing is, beyond this, we'll have another piece of energy that'll be ejecting into areas off toward the east, into the Midwest as we go throughout the day on Tuesday. And with the daytime heating, we'll see yet another round of severe weather that'll line up for this area. So starting out the month of April, looks like it's going to be pretty active with that severe weather, and I'll be watching this very closely, and I'll be posting times on when I'll be doing my live severe weather coverage. So if you would like to participate and like to be alerted on that, all you got to do is subscribe to the channel. I also think there's a possibility that those enhanced areas could potentially be upgraded to a moderate. We'll have to watch this very closely as the storm system begins to pull out of the southwest and into the middle of the country, and see how the parameters kind of come together. So make sure you have the Lettuce severe weather app on your phone if you've got one of those, and make sure you have a weather radio ready to go as well if you have one, and make sure it's got its batteries and ready to go, especially some of the severe weather could extend into the overnight hours. Well, that's going to do it for this edition. Again, I do appreciate you. And again, I appreciate you coming here to get your weather updates here in the YouTube universe. That'll do it for now. You guys take it easy. We'll see you on the next edition. Until then, be good. Again, as always, stay safe, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.